also. And lot of the deal that we worked on related to nuclear deal
Yes.
was really during Bush's time. So he had very good relationship with Bush as well as with Obama. He could work with both parties, Republicans as well as Democrat. And both respected Manmohan Singh well. So it's not just Obama and Manmohan Singh, it is also Bush and Manmohan Singh that we should take into consideration.
I think the US India nuclear deal in itself is testimony to how he knew how to stand his ground. And that is what he did when he, in fact, combated criticism that not just came from the opposition but also from within his party. And that's why I want to know from you, how do you respond to all those who called him an accidental prime minister?
You see, people did not understand his commitment to India's economic development because he told me personally that, Sam, if you want India to grow at 8% for next 20 years, our challenge is going to be energy and not human capital. He said, we just don't have enough energy. If we don't have energy, we can't build modern society. Our IT infrastructure will need energy, our factories will need energy, our transport will need energy, and we need to focus on getting more energy because we can't go on relying on importing oil all the time.
Right. And,
So
and
that's why
that is
we
something
focused on
he did
nuclear energy.
manage. He absolutely did manage, which is, Mr. Pitroda, whether it was his role as the chief economic advisor, as the finance minister, or even as the governor of RBI and eventually a two-time prime minister to the nation, how effortlessly did he straddle the worlds of academia and then administration?
You know, we had once Vice Chancellor of Cambridge University visiting, and because of the Knowledge Commission, we had a lot of university vice chancellors from global universities come visit us. So he decided that we should have lunch together with the Cambridge University vice chancellor. So we had lunch at Prime Minister's house. I was running a little late because of some other meetings I had. So I showed up about 15 minutes late, and they were sitting there, 7, 8 of them, waiting for me. And I said, I'm so sorry you had to wait. I'm late. He said, no problem. I know you're busy. And you never saw anger in his tone. He was very generous. Okay. And we had very long conversation with Cambridge University Vice Chancellor. After 6 months, I went to visit them as part of the dialogue we had initiated with Dr. Manmohan Singh. And he was very interested in university education. In Knowledge Commission, we had 300 universities when we started. And we said India should have over 1,000 universities. And people used to laugh at us, saying, are you crazy? Today we have 1,100 universities.
All right.
No one talks about these things, you see.
Yes. And I'm glad you're bringing out those aspects to Dr. Manmohan Singh's personality now. I'm sure the viewers would really be warmed to hear all of this. But I'm sure you'll also agree that he was a very rare leader who also welcomed criticism. Somebody who was not about command and control, but somebody who in fact valued communication, coordination and co-creation. Many thanks to you, Mr. Sam Pitroda. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Let me quickly go across to Mumtaz Patel, Congress leader also who's joining us. Mumtaz, I'm sure you'll agree that your connect with the late Dr. Manmohan Singh is one that is also of legacy, one that is also a family connect. Do share with us your thoughts and what your personal experience was with the late Dr. Manmohan Singh.
Yeah, so I mean, with great sadness, we lost a stalwart. We lost a great visionary. We lost, I mean, we have so many things to say about him. He was an economist, but more than that, he was a good human being. He was soft-spoken. He was humble. He was, I don't know how to put it, but as a person today, we all remembering him as somebody who played a major role in economic reform, somebody who took the country out of, millions of people out of poverty. Yes, of course, but as a person, because he had that vision, because he was committed, because he was always in favor of. Doing good for the nation. We lost a great human being.
Absolutely. Mumtaz, yesterday I was talking to Milind Deora and he shared his own experience and how his entire youth was shaped by Dr. Manmohan Singh and what he is now. He also had much to credit Dr. Manmohan Singh as a leader. Do share with us your earliest memories of Dr. Manmohan Singh.
So when during the Narasimha Rao ji government, my father was the general secretary, and we had Manmohan Singh ji as the finance minister. At that time, of course, my father and him were colleagues, and they worked closely. And I did have the pleasure of meeting him, but then we met them as my dad's colleagues, friends. Later, he came to attend. I mean, he was at my wedding. We spent a lot of time, soft-spoken, always. You know, we always had to put our ear a little bit to hear what he's saying because he was so kind, he was so sweet, man of few words. But those words mattered. And my father was very fond of him. My father worked very closely with him.
Yes, that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you. Do share your memories and whatever your father had to share with you about him.
So, I still remember during the UPA government because my dad was the bridge between the Congress party as well as the PMO. So there was always that back and forth rush between between both the offices. And my father always said that Manmohan Singh ji is somebody who is so committed to the welfare of the country, and that whole perception that was created, I would say, by the media also due to pressure from the opposition that he was a weak prime minister, he was being controlled by 10 Janpat. I think it's all false because that was never the case. Congress party always took into account whatever Manmohan Singh ji had to advise, had to stay. And definitely, again, I repeat that no, he was not the weak prime minister. He stood his ground. He took his stand where he felt that things were not right. He made sure that it happened the way it was to. So history will be kinder to him, like he said on the floor of the parliament. Definitely.
Absolutely. A stalwart, a visionary, and not just a two-time Prime Minister, but in fact an architect of India's liberal reforms as well. Many thanks to you, Mumtaz Patel. Thoroughly appreciate your thoughts being shared here with us as well. He will be remembered as a global visionary, no doubt. And with that, we slip into a quick break. But Tamil Nadu's BJP chief Annamalai has whipped himself, this as a mark of protest against the Anna University sexual assault case. The question we are posing to our guests tonight, is it a fight for justice or a political stunt? Details await your attention on the other side. Stay tuned to Brass Tacks.
Dr. Manmohan Singh was the most unlikely Prime Minister. He was more an accidental one. When Sonia Gandhi refused to take the job in 2004, it was the mild-mannered, soft-spoken economist who was a choice.
I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India.
While it did cause much heartburn in the Congress, Sonia Gandhi was convinced that Dr. Singh was the right man for the job. Dr. Manmohan Singh had been the governor of the RBI, deputy chairman of the Planning Commission, secretary in the Finance Ministry. While his resume was impressive, many in the Congress felt he was not equipped to head a coalition government. Sonia Gandhi was aware of this, which is why she staunchly backed Dr. Singh during his tenure, even reprimanding her party colleagues when they contradicted him publicly. She did not even spare her own son, Rahul Gandhi, who embarrassed Dr. Singh in 2013 by tearing up an ordinance which would protect convicted lawmakers. Dr. Manmohan Singh was away in the United States at that time. After Rahul's stunt, the then opposition BJP called for Dr. Singh's resignation. Sonia instructed Rahul to meet the Prime Minister and apologize. The fact that Sonia Gandhi had chosen a politically naive person as Prime Minister made Dr. Singh vulnerable to the attacks of being a weak and rubber-stamped Prime Minister. There were reports of him being snubbed by seniors like Pranab Mukherjee at cabinet meetings. Indo-US nuclear deal turned out to be a watershed moment. Dr. Singh was convinced that it was a good deal and would fulfill India's energy needs. The left threatened to withdraw support and urged Dr. Singh and Sonia Gandhi to defer the deal. But he dug his heels in. Dr. Singh not only dared the left to walk out, he also said he would resign if asked to take back the deal.
I'm very proud to say that our Prime Minister, Shri Manmohan Singh ji, has recognized both the problem and a potential solution. The magic of what Shri Manmohan Singh ji is doing is that within the problem, he has identified an opportunity that is significantly larger than the problem itself. I would like to support our Prime Minister and like to say that he has shown tremendous courage and confidence in the Indian people.
Sonia Gandhi was convinced. She asked the party to get on board. Mulayam Singh, Ajit Singh also backed the deal and it went through. The left did withdraw the support, but the UPA was steady. Singh emerged as king, and this was reinforced when he came back to power with a thumping majority in 2009, riding high on farm loan waivers.
हमारे यूपीए सरकार ने जो किसानों के लिए किया है, जो कर्ज की माफ़ी कर रहे हैं, तो वो एक क्रांतिकारी कदम है, एक ऐतिहासिक कदम है.
But soon after victory, things started to unravel in UPA too. Dr. Singh objected to the inclusion of A. Raja and T.R. Balu as ministers, but the DMK threatened to withdraw support. He had to succumb to pressure and things were never the same again. Corruption allegations propped up. The coal scam hit Dr. Singh and he was summoned for questioning by the parliamentary committee. He was also accused of going soft on the 2G scam.
15वीं लोकसभा की सरकार आजादी के बाद इस देश की सबसे बेस्ट सरकार है. 2G में 1,76,000 करोड़ का घाटा और कोयला आवंटन में 1,86,000 करोड़ की लूट. इसके बाद ये सरकार एक मिनट भी अपने पद पर बचने का अधिकार नहीं रखती है.
UPA ministers rushed to defend him, but the damage was already done.
मैं आज इनसे आग्रह करूंगा कि संसद में आके डिबेट करें. अगर हम गलत हैं तो हमें कटघरे में खड़ा करें. इश्यू इसके इसमें कोई धांधलेबाजी नहीं है.
Welcome back. You're watching Brass Tacks, and viewers, we bring you these visuals where you can see the BJP Tamil Nadu State President Annamalai, who's flogging himself and walking barefoot. As you can see over here, Annamalai is standing shirtless in a green veshti. This is outside his Coimbatore residence as he wields a white whip before a crowd of BJP supporters who even try to stop him. Many of whom, as you can see, are carrying placards that read, "Hang accused Gnaneshekaran. Don't you have any shame, Stalin?" And "Shame on you, Stalin" is the hashtag on one of those placards as well. Annamalai has called his self-flagellation a part of Tamil culture, that is to surrender to a higher power and punish oneself for justice. In fact, Annamalai has vowed to walk barefoot until the DMK is ousted from power in Tamil Nadu. This as he whips himself and he did so 6 times on Friday morning. He claimed that it was the first of his acts of atonement for the DMK government's inefficiency in the Anna University sexual assault case. Remember, in which a man identified as Gnanasekaran is accused of sexually assaulting a student and even attacking her male friend inside the campus. It happened on 23rd of December in Chennai. After the self-flagellation, Annamalai addressed the media and even accused the police and the state machinery of trying to shield the accused and expressed his utter shock at the leak of the FIR. Annamalai also alleges that the DMK government did not utilize the Nirbhaya fund and that women and children are not safe in Tamil Nadu. Many are calling this as a move which blurs the lines between protest and performance, and brings us to the question, as far as Annamalai's penance protest is concerned, is this a fight for justice or a political stunt? On that note, BJP and AIIMS have alleged that Gnanasekaran is the deputy organizer of DMK's Sedai East student wing and that he has been photographed with top DMK leaders including MK and Udayanidhi Stalin. That's also the other charge that's coming in, is that the Bharatiya Janata Party has alleged that the accused arrested for the sexual assault of this 19-year-old Anna University student is a DMK functionary. Now, the second charge that they are saying is that the accused has a criminal past and has allegedly formed close ties with a DMK worker or has been inducted into the party despite his criminal history. The third charge is that they further have in fact slammed the DMK of recruiting repeat offenders with ongoing criminal behavior. The repeat offender label implies that Gnanasekaran has a history of involvement in unlawful activities or other offences as well. The fourth charge is that BJP and AIIMS have alleged that all cases registered against this accused are being suppressed and that he's getting leeway by not being categorized as a history sheeter, as the cops do not investigate the existing cases against him due to pressure from the local DMK leaders and ministers, which is now allowing him to commit further crimes. Now, let me also take you through the questions that are being raised against the state government despite his arrest, because this man has a criminal record including over 15 cases of theft, even robbery. The accused has been involved in an assault of another student as well. The accused has also assaulted victims' friends. He had threatened the victim earlier. So with Annamalai flogging himself and walking barefoot, is it a fight for justice or a political stunt? That's the question we'll in fact be posing to our guests in just a bit.
Flogging ourselves, what we call whipping, what we call satayadi in Tamil, is only a process of surrendering to the higher power, surrendering to the God. And removing to the chapel, I have taken this decision with a lot of consideration, because coming 2026, our goal should be to remove DMK from power and to regain Tamil Nadu's lost glory. On that note, let me introduce our esteemed panelists today. I'm joined in by Mr. Annna University, who is the spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'm also joined in by Mr. Sumant C. Raman, who's an author as well. I'm also expecting Mr. Pulla Rao in just a bit. But if I could begin with you, Mr. Tirupati, the question is, I was really stunned when Annamalai said that we are surrendering to the higher powers today. And that's why I want to ask you, will surrendering to the higher powers do away with the rising crime and the increasing lawlessness in Tamil Nadu?
See, in the last 3.5 years, the lawlessness in Tamil Nadu has been very, very, very high, and it is law and order is deteriorating like anything. We have been saying so many things, right from Kallakurichi, then Marakanam, murder in Hosur, murder in Tirunelveli. Each and every district, murders are happening every day. Crime rate is increasing. So, Mr. Annamalai was very, very clear yesterday saying that the 3.5 years this government has failed, those in power has failed. So there is no other way except to call God, ask God to come here and see to it that this government is gone. That is what Mr. Annamalai had said very clearly. And that is the reason. It is a custom in Tamil Nadu. It is a tradition in Tamil Nadu. It is a way of worship in Tamil Nadu. We have got each and every village temples. If you go, it happens everywhere. And that is the reason Mr. Annamalai has decided to flog himself. And we are, in fact, a lot of people are fasting for life until death. So there are so many things. He has taken this decision very consciously, stating that this government has failed. And the only God can save this Tamil Nadu from the clutches of the Dravida model DMK, which has definitely not bothered about management, not bothered about administration, not bothered about Tamil, not bothered about Tamil Nadu. And because it is very evident from the present case that the no action has been taken against anyone in the university.
And that is why, Sumant C. Raman, I want to quickly bring you in. You know, in those visuals, I also see a sense, you know, the sense that I got was a very defeatist sense, you know. It's also a helplessness over there. It's frustration of the people. Those visuals speak for themselves. But I'm sure many would agree that self-flagellation is not going to really be a solution for the problems that are plaguing Tamil Nadu. But Sumant C. Raman, today the Madras High Court has also raised some very valid questions, and those are also to do with the allegations that the BJP is hurling, which is that the FIR has been drafted in such a way that it in fact questions the victim rather than questioning the accused, and gives greater leeway to the accused to escape.
Look, this is a serious crime, and the law and order situation in Tamil Nadu has consistently been deteriorating.
I'm glad you say that.
But the tragedy of the whole thing is this is actually helping, that is playing into the hands of the DMK, because the entire issue of the Anna University sexual harassment case has now been shifted to this man doing these theatrics in front of the cameras. And I'm sorry to say this, a responsible politician would have taken the government to court, would have organized mass protests in a peaceful manner, and not this kind of drama that we are seeing. Look, my point is very simple. Mr. Annamalai has consistently made charges against the DMK without once doing anything to hurt the DMK by dragging them to court. He released DMK files. He said that these are evidences of huge corruption against the DMK.
I see Pulla Rao wants to make a point. Mr. Pulla Rao, I want to take a rebuttal from Mr. Tirupati as well. But Mr. Pulla Rao, please go ahead and many are calling this sheer theatrics. And I think Sumant C. Raman's making a point by saying that if you're responsible as an opposition, drag them to the courts.
Not only that, I'd like to add something to what Mr. Raman said. Is this what the largest political party in India, can this offer this kind of politics? The largest political party in India, what Mr. Raman said, I entirely endorse. The BJP is the biggest party in India. You should take action. You should go to court. You should bring a law. You are 10 years of government in Delhi. You should bring a law. You should make it a central law. Take serious action. Nobody should occupy the moral high ground. We are all against this. I am sure Mr. Raman, millions of people, we find this helplessness. And I don't think the biggest political party in India, this is the solution they offer. I'm sorry. If somebody else has a better idea, I'll apologize.
All right. Narayan Tirupati, also, going by the allegation that's coming from the BJP is that the Nirbhaya fund is not being utilized adequately. Women and children are unsafe. Why isn't the centre ensuring that these funds are utilized? Crack the whip on these state governments.
No, that's what the center has very clearly stated that these funds were not utilized. See, that is what Mr. Annamalai had said. Whatever fund we give, they don't utilize, and they say that this fund has not come, that fund has not come. Last 3 years, you don't speak about the local problems. You have people like Sumansi Raman and Mr. Pulla Rao stating that just they want
All
to
right,
condemn
but
the
how will
BJP,
self-flagellation?
they do that.
In my head, what I see over there in those visuals of self-flogging over there that's taking place, I see a very defeatist-looking man who was in fact such a fiery personality who did help the Bharatiya Janata Party make inroads in Tamil Nadu. And today I see this, and I am actually left wondering, where is the BJP headed in the state?
No. See, this is absolutely. I don't know how you see. I cannot answer for how you view and how you view his face. I am telling you, Mr. Annamalai was at his firebrand speech yesterday.
Absolutely.
He had very, very clearly stated that this government has failed in all counts, and this is the way we have to take awareness to the people, because it is our custom. It is our tradition.
But Narayana and Tirupati, even if it is tradition, you must remember the people of Tamil Nadu look towards Annamalai and other opposition parties for hope. You are to give them hope.
This is the hope. We believe in God. Even if the God has to come and remove this government, that is what we are saying. The God has to teach this government good things. This government has totally failed. The chief minister is sleeping. That is what we have said.
Absolutely they have failed.
Higher education
Absolutely they have failed.
Akansha, the higher education minister here, Mr. Gopi says that this is a personal issue of that girl. What is this? Is it not shameful? It has happened in the campus of the government,
Absolutely.
government of Tamil Nadu. And that is why Mr. Annamalai was very, very, very clear. He has asked, he has literally spitted on them, and he has said that is it not shameful? That is what he has asked. And that is the reason he says this government has failed in all fronts. Vai Gopal Sami, a close associate of this DMK, they say that the police has done everything. It has leaked the information.
Tirupati, Annamalai was somebody who always invoked optimism. Today, this imagery is really working against the kind of optimism that he brought. Let me bring in Sumansi Raman.
When people in power are letting us down, we have to pray to the God that you come here. It may come in way of Mr. Annamalai. God will come in way of Mr. Narendra Modi, Mr. Amit Shah.
Sumansi Raman. Exactly. If you see God-like figures in a Narendra Modi or in a Mr. Amit Shah, they've exercised their powers to perhaps achieve that status in the eyes of some people. That's what you expect from an opposition figure like Mr. Annamalai. All right. Yes, Sumansi Raman.
The one thing that I can't understand is why the BJP has no faith in the judicial system. They should be taking the government to court. No, please ask Mr. Narayanan to give me a list of cases in the last 3.5 years that they have filed against this government. This entire thing is a diversion. It is meant to divert attention and bail out the DMK government. And this is nothing but political theatrics, and it's a circus. And I'm sorry, but that is what it is. If they had any intention of really targeting the DMK government, they will be filing cases against them. Let me tell you what the DMK did when the AIIMK was.
We have gone to the court, even to the Supreme Court many times. We have gone even to the Supreme Court many times, and we have taken a decision in our favor. If you want, I will give you a list.
Pulla Rao, I want to quickly bring you in on the fact that this entire incident it's in fact a double whammy of sorts, because it's happened with a female student. The second point that I want to make is that it's happened in a premier institution like Anna University that comes under the state government. What does it speak of the condition of education? No, don't interrupt me. Let me tell you, the lawlessness is to this degree. CCTV cameras are not working. Look at the moralizing behavior of men on streets. They see a woman with a man and they think it's their birthright to go and sexually assault her.
Let me tell you one thing. Nobody is defending any individual scoundrel who talks like that, who did that. It is a system which has to work. We condemn any horrible act.
The system did not work. You have to stop the crimes.
Nobody.
The
This is
government and the
happening.
Mr.
police have to
Pulla
stop the crimes.
instead
This
of,
is happening.
while I don't,
let
I
me
may
talk.
personally
Why
not
this
agree with
government
what
and the
Annamalai is
police have
resorted
to
to.
stop crime?
Mr. Pulla, what
Let
is
me talk for a
condemnable?
minute.
No. I want to ask you, do you agree or not that what's happening in Tamil Nadu is condemnable? The actions of the Tamil
Absolutely.
Nadu police,
Absolutely.
the actions of the state
Absolutely.
government under Mr. Stalin, the
Absolutely.
acts
Let me
are
tell you
as
what.
horrific as the actions of that accused.
Absolutely. But there are ways to fight this. What we are saying is,
No, you
is this the
don't
way
teach
to
us
fight
how to
it?
fight. You
Is
don't
this the
teach
way
us
to
how
fight?
to fight.
Is this the way to fight? I
Yes, this is the
dissenting
way
there.
to fight.
That's why you
This
go
is
to
our
court,
way to
you
fight.
file a
What
case.
is your problem?
This is not. That is. Look at the scene. Like what I have felt was the president of the biggest party in India of a state. If this is the only recourse, I don't think it's correct. You can
Right.
go to court.
And
You can agitate.
Akansha,
you've made your point.
let
Suman
me ask
Siraman,
you a question.
no. You don't ask me my question. That's my
Ah.
job. I want to ask you, why hasn't the DMK stepped out in the open, come up with a on record to explain what is this man, the accused, doing with Udayanidhi Stalin?
They have already explained it. They
And
have
that's
said
why
that anybody
they
can
don't
get
even
photographed
send.
with anybody.
Oh wow.
My point.
Mr.
Suman
Raman,
Siraman,
my
no,
point is
answer my question.
point is
Answer my question.
Serious.
Every
Akansha.
day,
Mr.
yesterday,
Suman,
I
you are
did
supporting
not
DMK
know.
in this issue.
Narayan and Tirupati, I'm making a point.
Same
Please let me
same
make the
on.
point.
Can
Suman
I-
Siraman,
can
no,
I
no,
make a
you have to
point?
listen to me.
Can I
Suman
make a
Siraman, no.
point?
Suman
Yes, I'm
Siraman,
listening to
I have a
you.
sore
I'm
throat.
listening
Please
to
let
you.
me make a point.
Yes, I am
DMK
listening
is
to
not
you.
sending their spokespersons. Why? Why are they not sending their spokespersons on the show?
They are not spending their spokesperson because they are not able to defend this. They cannot. There is nothing to
But
defend
the
here.
Sumant Raman is able
And
to
the
defend
police.
this.
No. I am talking about the circus that is being show that is being
Then
put up by the
what are-
BJP
you are saying the
to
DMK
bail
is
out the
explained.
All
DMK.
right, we've
You are
already
saying the
discussed that
DMK
circus.
You are-
Go ahead
you are
and
bailing
take.
out-
What is the
You
DMK
are
has
bailing
explained?
out the
This
DMK,
man is
sir.
with
You
Udayanidhi
are
Stalin and
bailing
the
out the DMK.
Balasubramaniam. How can
You
you say
are
the DMK is
diverting the
explained?
attention.
Who are you to say that?
Your state president
The
is helping
police has to
divert
stop
the
the
attention
crime.
and helping the party. You are helping divert the attention
No,
of
that
the
is
people
your view, sir.
to
You
this.
always confuse
I am
yourself and
sorry.
confuse everyone. This is what you
I am
do.
sorry, sir. Everyone
We
knows
are
You
this.
know,
doing-
Suman
we
Siraman,
know
it would.
how
Okay,
to
Narayan
fight.
and Tirupati, let me just, nothing is coherent right now. It's all cacophony. Suman Siraman, while you've attacked Annamalai, and I also don't agree to this kind of spectacle, but I would have also appreciated you condemning the state of lawlessness
I
in
have
Tamil Nadu.
condemned. What did I start with? I started, my first sentence was law and order is deteriorating.
Just
The
that.
point is the BJP is actually helping the DMK. If people can't see this, they must be blind. I'm sorry, but that is the fact.
Narayan Tirupati, that
that
is
is-
a valid question, but the question is
No,
also
no.
Tell me,
all of
tell me-
opposition.
Wait, Akansha.
Akansha,
Tell me
please try to
how many
understand.
cases
This is our
CBI,
Tamil Nadu's culture.
ED,
Sumant
tell
Raman
me,
doesn't know what is Tamil
take
Nadu
all
culture
the
is.
opposition governments.
Akansha,
1 minute, sir.
Sumant
One minute, sir.
Raman doesn't
Let me
know
finish.
what is Tamil Nadu's culture.
I don't know.
Fasting.
Yeah,
You don't know.
Yes,
You
sir,
accept
yes.
it. You
Yes, sir,
accept
yes,
it.
sir.
And
One minute.
There are a lot of ways how to do this. These customs. We walk in the
answer
fire.
my question.
We have
Answer
fire
my
in our hand,
question.
and we are
How many
fasting for
cases have you
48
filed?
hours.
How
We have
many
filed some
cases
even-
have you
Sir,
filed?
Kallakurthi case also BJP only filed.
How
and
many
done CBI, sir.
cases?
Do you know
How
anything?
many
That's what I'm saying.
cases? 1
You
minute,
don't know
sir.
anything
1
and you
minute,
come
sir.
here on national level, you
DMK
talk.
filed.
Even Kallakurthi,
DMK
BJP
filed.
has challenged it. And we have taken CBI. We have taken CBI inquiry. Do you know that? Without knowing that, how can you talk? So much list I can give. And this
Did
is
you
what
file a
you
case?
always want to
You
be
said
neutral. You
you're
always want to be
no
neutral.
neutral.
You will try to,
Sir.
as if you are the best person in the world.
Sir.
Don't do that. Now, again,
All right. Narayan and Tirupati, allow me a question. Suman Siraman, may I now pose a question to Mr. Tirupati. Suman Siraman, please do not compel me to turn off your mic if you will do this. Let me also be audible right now. I am conducting this debate. Please let me do it. Narayan Tirupati, are you saying that the opposition is right now a mute spectator? Is it
extremely helpless. Since July, we've been observing daylight murders of AIIMS workers. We've seen one of the Congress. We've seen one from your very own party. The BSP state president being murdered. What is the opposition in Tamil Nadu doing? How do you ensure that you will be able to oust? How will you be able to oust Mr. Stalin in 2026? By self-flagellation?
No, see, first of all, you have to understand this. We have been doing demonstrations. We have gone to the court. Even Kallakurchi, we only went to the court and the CBI inquiry has been ordered. You have to understand this. So, Kallakurchi, my party president, Mr. Annamalai, was the first person to go there. He was the first person to go there and consult the people. Even in distress, everywhere, whatever the distress, everywhere in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Annamalai goes. And we are serving the public. We need to understand this. And each and every matter, including Armstrong. We have only pressurized the government to take action. And each and everything.
What action are we talking about?
We have to understand.
You ought to take those murderers to the gallows.
Akansha,
and I can't help but ask you that the opposition is just being a mute spectator in Tamil Nadu. If your workers have been killed under broad daylight, whether it is Congress, BJP, AIIMS, or BSP state president, it's deplorable.
A law and order is in the hands of the state government.
Right, okay. And what are you doing as the opposition?
I will tell you. The police has to control the crime before it happens. That is why the police are there. And this is not happening because that is why Mr. Annamalai had said that politics have come into police department very badly. And that is what is happening. This particular person, Gnanasegaran, was in touch with the police. And he was a very influential person. The very big persons are involved. That is why we say that who is behind these things? Somebody is behind these things. And we see nobody has spoken about the mismanagement of the university. Why a third person was allowed inside? How can a person come inside? Number one. Number two, where were the CCTV cameras? What happened to the lights? So many things. But what happened to the security? Bring the security system. How many people were on the patrol? Nothing they have done. This government has failed.
Absolutely, it has failed.
No, 1 second.
How many times we have
let's not move away from. Let me quickly listen to what Suman go ahead.
56 out of 70 CCTV cameras were not working.
Exactly.
This was stated by the police commissioner. This is a heinous crime. The man who has been picked up, who is now the accused, was actually let off and then picked up again later. So what are we talking about? This is a massive failure. And worse of all, the FIR, which included the name of the victim with the phone number, was put up on the website. What are we talking about?
And so that's exactly the question I'm going to pose to you.
That is what Mr. Annamalai has said. And you are saying that Annamalai is doing theatrics. You are doing theatrics.
No, but as a former top cop himself, Mr. Tirupati, this is what I expect. I don't expect him to go and flog himself.
So, no, what is your problem? We are fasting for 48 hours, 72 hours. What is your problem? This is one of my way of expressing my...
As long as it brings a solution.
One of my way of expressing that...
Pullarao, I just want to bring you in for your closing thoughts. All right, I seem to have lost him, but... Since Suman Raman, you were talking about the role that the police has played over here, I want to ask you one thing. What gives the police commissioner the right to hold a press conference? Also, declare the identity of the victim? Not to forget the fact that he goes on record to lie. He goes on record to lie that only one accused is involved and we have arrested that accused. That is not a question I am posing. That's the question that's been posed by the Madras High Court today.
1 second. The police in Tamil Nadu have become a law unto themselves. Everybody knows that the police in Tamil Nadu have become a law unto themselves. There are large number of custodial deaths which have happened in the last 2 to 3 years. Again, the opposition has hardly done anything. The tragedy of Tamil Nadu today.
No, what
All
does he
right.
expect?
So you
have
do
a
agree
problem
the
of
protectors have now become the perpetrators. That is what Tamil Nadu is today. Many thanks to you gentlemen for joining in. And Mr. Tirupati, I think it's high time that the opposition get their act together instead of being mute spectators. And with that, it's a quick wrap from my end. Thank you so much for watching. Up next is the Hard Facts with Rahul Shivshankar.
Greenlam Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
We're live from the CNN News 18 Primetime Studios, brought to you by Greenlam Laminates. Viewers, it's an end of an era. Dr. Manmohan Singh, former Prime Minister, is no more, and the Modi government has called for an extended